YouTube, what it do? It's your boy, Ratchet Reggie. Welcome to another episode of Narrow Minded. And let me make sure my shirt is fixed, man, because I'll be shooting these videos in this couch, be pushing my shirt up in the back and it be making it look real crazy in the front. But it is what it is. Before we get started, let me shout out my boy LeBron James, the greatest basketball player to ever dribble a basketball in the NBA, okay? In my opinion. I know there's some hood stars out there that y'all might be like, nah, da-da-da-da-da, but I'm talking about in the NBA. But anyway, today's episode is gonna be about the illusion of possession, okay? And the reason why I wanna talk about this today is because we as humans get ourselves in trouble when we really believe that we are in possession of people, places, and things. For example, you take the Bloods and the Crips. They have an illusion that they are in possession of this territory or that territory. And what happens is it causes murder, it causes death, and it causes heartache and pain and people losing their family members, and it causes mass incarceration for young Black African American men or Latino men and young men and women, and it's all because they have an illusion that this turf or this territory or this area belongs to them. They are the only ones that can patrol this block. They are the only ones that can sell drugs on this block. They are the only ones that can make money on this block. And it's all an illusion. You don't own anything in this world besides your soul, okay? This world, this earth, this turf belongs to all the inhabitants on this planet Earth. Everyone has the right to travel where they want to go freely where they want to, because that's the right that you were given as a sovereign being, as a created being of the Creator, as the Most High. The Most High, the Creator of all things, the universe gave you this world to travel wherever you want to. That's why they gave you legs. That's why they gave you feet. So you can walk, so you can move, so you can travel. You wasn't meant to stay in one spot. You wasn't meant to stay in one space. So these Bloods and the Crips and the GDs and the Vice Lords, they all killing each other over an illusion that they own this piece of territory, or they own this area of the city, or they own this neighborhood, when it's all an illusion. Dang, man, the commercial got me again. Dang. I gotta get that YouTube where no commercials, but I'm cheap. I ain't doing that. You feel me? But anyway, so that's one way that the illusion of possession is the downfall of many young African American men and Latino men and women in the world, because they really believe that they own that block, they own that part of the neighborhood, they own this turf, and it's just not true. Whenever you die, you can't take that neighborhood with you. You can't take that piece of turf with you. You can't take that area with you. Somebody else is gonna be walking on that land. Somebody else is gonna be walking on that turf or that area that you swear that was yours. And somebody was walking on that land, and somebody's walking in that area before you even was in existence. And that's just the way it is, and that's why, we have this illusion of, this is my country, and, this is the United States, and this is Africa, and this is Europe, and this is Asia, and this is my country. I'm from America, and I'm from Europe, and I'm from Asia, or I'm from Africa, wherever you were born at. But, that's not your country. That's just the area of the planet that you were born in. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to all the inhabitants of this earth, the animals included. So, it's nothing but an illusion that causes a lot of pain, that causes a lot of suffering, because we go to war over territory. We go to war over land. We go to war and kill innocent human beings and kill the people that, the soldiers that's fighting over the earth. That's why you hear the popular saying, the earth is my turf. That's because the earth is your turf. You're free to travel anywhere you want to, but the powers that be, the elite, these demonic spirits, has, tricked us and confused us and lied to us and really have us believing in a false narrative that, this is your land, this is your country, and you should fight for it. And no, it's not. This land belongs to everyone. So, fighting over land that you didn't create, and when you leave, other people are going to inhabit that land, and other people inhabited that land before you got here. So the illusion of possession of land has caused major wars, major monstrosities, major, what is the word I want to say? Major destruction, major tyranny, and it caused millions of deaths that people did not have to die in order to, for this illusion of possession. And, it's sad that we as humans can't open our eyes to see that the trick that the powers that be, the elite, are playing on us. Be proud of your flag. Be proud of where you're from. I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with being proud of where you were born at, in the land that you inhabit once you came to this three-dimensional world. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but to think that no one else is allowed to come, in that land and what do I want to say? Come in that land and, enjoy not enjoy, but, be able to partake in the resources of that land is just outright crazy and outright stupid. And the elite and the powers that be, this is the way they want it. They want us fighting against each other. They want division. This is exactly what they want. Because this allows them to stay in power. And now I'm not saying that, if you inhabited this earth, or you were born, come on, man, more commercials. They hit me with 2 commercials. But anyway, I'm not saying that if this is the area that you were born in, this is the area that your family was born in, and then you have somebody coming from another area coming in there trying to, steal your natural resources and, colonize you and put you in slavery like the Europeans did. No, and you don't supposed to fight back. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you not allowing other people like America trying to keep the immigrants, or they call them immigrants, or the Mexicans from coming to America to try to have a better life for themselves. That's not right. That's wrong, because the same thing, the Europeans did the same thing. They left, Great Britain or England or Europe to come to the Western world to have a better life. And they came from all over the world. All the Caucasians came from all the Caucasian filled, countries to the West to have a better life. And the inhabitants of the land of the Americans the Native Americans were pushed away. They were killed. Genocide was practiced on them, and they were given smallpox, and they had these Europeans brought diseases with them and had guns, and just really took over where someone was already living, and they took over in the wrong way. They took their natural resources, and they took their land, and not saying it was their land, but they took where they were living at. They didn't come just to in peace and live off the land with the Native Americans. They came to take over the land and possess it for themselves. And now they call it America, the United States of America, and they say it's their land. And they create armies and the military to protect their land. And it's not their land. It never been their land. It's, the Most High created this land for the humans to inhabit, and so, that's just how the illusion of possession, you see how it causes so much strife, so much trouble, so much, murder and so much tyranny to happen all around the world. And it's just not right. And then, we have, people in relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. That's my husband. That's my wife. That's my girlfriend. That's my boyfriend. And that's cool. Not saying nothing is wrong with that, as long as you two agree to be with each other, and as long as you two agree that you guys belong to each other. But the moment that wife or that husband wants to leave the marriage or the relationship, now you feel some type of way, because you feel like they belong to you. You feel like they belong to you. You possess them. That's your possession. And that's false. They're not your possession. They are an individual, and they have the right to do whatever they want to do. And even though it might not be the agreement that y'all agreed upon, you have to look at it that way, because you don't own anybody. That's kind of like, being a slave owner and owning a human as property. Like, this is my possession. It's not your possession. Now, if you two choose to be together your entire life and love each other and care for each other and look out for each other and be loyal to each other and and only be with each other in that type of way, and have a and it works out, that's good, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's actually a great thing. But the problem comes when one person wants to remove themselves from this union, and the other person feels like, you can't remove yourself because I own you. You're my possession. You're my wife, or you're my husband, or you're my girlfriend, or you're my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to get rid of that illusion of possession, because in all reality, you do not possess that person. That person has the right, the free will to walk away and go do whatever they want to do. They have the free will. The Most High, the creator of all things, gave us that free will. That's why it's important for you to know who you involve yourself in, and know that you guys want the same things, because people change. People don't stay the same. You're not the same that you was 5 years ago. So, you really want to take your time when you're looking for that mate or that partner that you want to spend the rest of your life with, because, one day they might just wake up and be like, you know what, I'm done with it. And you have to let them go, because you don't own them. You know what I'm saying? And they always say, you hear the saying that if it was meant to be, it'll come back if it was meant to stay, they'll come back or whatever, you know, and that's only if you want to accept them back. You don't have to accept them back. You can keep it moving, just like they kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to love them enough to let them be. You know what I'm saying? Let them be free. You don't want to hold on to something that don't want to be held on to, because then they're not going to treat you right, and you're going to make them, they're going to be unhappy. Why would you want to be with somebody that's unhappy? So it's your best bet is just to let them go, you know, and learn from that relationship, and learn, you know, and if you want a better relationship, try to learn, you know, from what happened. Try to learn the lessons from that relationship, or try to learn to not involve yourself with another person with those same characteristics as that person that you were in that relationship with, and they just decided to up and leave, okay? And I'm not, and that's a hard thing, because like I said, people change their mind every day. People are different every single day. But the point I want to give to you is you have to let things go. You do not own anyone. You do not possess anyone. They are not your possession. You know, you guys are enjoying, you know, your life together, and you guys are sharing your life together, and you guys agree upon that. But, you know, as hard as it may sound, or as harsh as it may be, once one person feel like they no longer want to be in this, you know, oh my God, man. They doing me dirty tonight, man. They know I'm speaking. They know I'm speaking the truth, so they keep hitting me with these commercials. Dang, man. But anyway, you know, you don't own that person. And I think if a lot of us, you know, really accept that, we can learn how to let things go. We can learn how to forgive people. We can learn how to let the past be the past and move on to the future. You know, and it's no different from, you know, the government. They do, you know, you might buy a house, right? And you pay for your house, right? And you think that house is yours. You know what I'm saying? You think you possess that house. This is my house. I own this house. I'm a homeowner. But if you know, the gentrification comes in your neighborhood, and, you know, they start building up around the neighborhood, and, you know, the taxes is raised on the property, and the property value goes up, and you can't afford the taxes, guess what's going to happen? Your house is going to be gone. So that never was really your house anyway. You know what I'm saying? And before you even was in existence, and before that house was on that piece of land that it sits on, something else was there. Somebody else was there. Somebody else was living in that house. You just occupying that house for the time being. It's not ever really your house. And say they don't even gentrify. Just say the government wants to put a highway slap through the middle of your fucking house. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna put a highway slap through the fucking middle of your house. Okay? Because it's not, you don't own it. You don't possess that even if, you know, they gonna pay you, but, you know, you got to go. Even if you own the land, you know what I'm saying? They got some type of rules where they can force you to give up your land. You know, trust me. They're gonna pay you, but they're gonna take your land at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the illusion of possession, you know, it gets us in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Even parents with children, right? You know, we have children, and we believe, and as parents, we think that, you know, yes, that is our child. Yes, we're gonna take care of that child. We're gonna nurture that child. But that child is not our slave. That child does not, you know, it's not our, like, possession that we can force to do anything that, you know, we want them to do. That child is his own individual person, and that child has his own soul. That's the only thing that you own in this three-dimensional world is your soul. That's why they say don't sell your soul, because that's the only thing you own. You don't even own this body. You know, the Most High, the Creator, can take this body away from you at any given moment. You know, you have no control over what happens to this body. This body can get sick. This body can form whatever happens. You don't really own this body. You're just in possession of it at this moment. And when this body is ready to go away, it's gonna go away. And there's nothing that you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that if you had control and possession of this body, a lot of us would live forever. We would never leave this body. But you have to leave this body because it's not yours. This is nothing but like an avatar. You know what I'm saying? So the parents out there who are so controlling over their kids and so controlling over their offspring, you know, you don't own those. That's not your possession. Those kids are their own person. Those kids at a certain age and a certain level are able to make their own decisions and live their own life, because that's the right that they were given by coming to this world. You know, and only thing we supposed to do is to guide them and to protect them and to provide for them until they're able to, you know, do it for themselves. But we don't own them. We don't own them, okay? And I know it's hard to you know, I know y'all like, man, that's my child. I don't care what you say. They're going to do what I tell them to do, or they ain't da-da-da this. And I understand that. You know, yes, have rules and regulations for your children, but at the same time, understand that those children are going to grow up to be adults just like you. Those children are going to grow up to have children just like you. Those children are going to grow up to, you know, work and take care of themselves just like you. You know, and then the reverse is going to happen, because you're going to get old and then they're going to be your boss. You know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you what to do. I'm putting you in the home, or, you know, mom, watch the kids, or whatever, or dad, watch the kids. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all got to understand that possession is all an illusion. Only thing that you own in this three-dimensional world is your soul. And that's why they say do not sell your soul. Okay? But anyway, that's all I have today. I'm sending out love, peace, happiness, joy, health, wealth, protection, tons of positive energy to everybody out there. Take that. It's your boy, Ratchet Reggie. Thank you for watching another episode of Narrow Minded. I'm out.